We're going live. Hello, everyone. Yay. I don't know that anybody's here,
But we're live anyway.
we're live. Okay. I had to reprint mine because mine is gone somewhere. And it was a good thing I still have a little bit of ink. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to have to get a job. It's not
have,
funny.
have you looked at ink from other suppliers rather than the person who made
Um,
your
not
printer?
not yet because I don't know. I've never changed the cartridges in 2 years. I've never changed the cartridges. So, granted, they last a long time, but the cartridges will cost more than a new printer.
Exactly. Well, when we got ours, when we were in the store at Best Buy looking at them, Darren went online and looked at Amazon and to see what replacement cartridges would cost.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if we get a version, and we've done this with our other printers, got a version that wasn't Brother or HP or whatever our printer was. Hi, Terry. Hi, Therese. And so we looked and we found some where we could get, and it said they were high yield cartridges, and you could get all four colors for $75. So we said, okay, let's do it. So then when ours started running out of ink and we needed to replenish them, um, from when we bought it, what was in there when we bought it.
Uh-huh.
And so then we went looking online and he's like, Lisa, these are $100 per color. And I said, I know we found some that were cheaper than that. Um, I said, and I found some just the other day that were cheaper than that said they were the right thing. So I showed him what I found and he looked at it and he was like, well, let's just order it and see. He said they should be compatible, and since it's Amazon, if they're not, they'll let us send them back. And sure enough, they fit and work just fine. And they were $75 for all four colors rather than $100 a piece. So
Okay.
you
Well,
might
I
look
will.
into that.
I will double check with that. Hi Terry and T and Barbara and Danette. Welcome, Danette.
It's good
And
to have you here. We haven't seen you
Patri-
before, I don't think.
I don't think so. And Patricia and Ann. Um,
Yay!
I'm sorry, we were talking about ink cartridges because I just told Lisa I was going to have to get another job because I've got to get ink cartridges and uh, you don't happen to know what brand they were, do you, Lisa?
No, but in a minute I'll go in there and look and see. Well,
Well,
I
you
can
don't need.
let me just look on my Amazon list real quick. I can do that
Okay,
while I'm right here.
all right,
See which ones it was we bought. Of course,
okay.
you might need different ones for your
No, but if it's the same company, if
right.
it's a reliable company. Hi, Dorothy and Lori.
Well, and they came very quickly too. I was impressed.
Okay, all right. Well, it says I just need the cyan one right now, but I am not
Yeah,
kidding. It was over $500 for the four cartridges.
yeah.
So
Well, I
it's
believe
like,
you. Mine. Well, I didn't think we ordered those that long ago, but now I'm not finding them.
it's all right. You can look later. I don't need to know this instant. I really don't mind. Um, the biggest problem is that it's been 2 solid years. I have not had to have ink in 2 years. So honestly, I would have gone through $500 worth of little cartridges
Yeah,
in an inkjet printer in a heartbeat. I just would have only been buying them $65 at a time.
right.
You know, um, so I'm. It's just that it was like, especially right now. So
Okay, here they are.
mhm. Okay,
Um,
I'm ready.
and they're My Toner is the
My
brand.
toner.
My Toner
Okay,
toner cartridges, replacement cartridges.
okay.
So that was the ones that we found, and TN227 is what we needed, but I'm
Yeah,
sure they sell
I need
different
four
kinds.
410A or 410X. So, um,
But just put that in there and look and see if
Yeah.
my corner might sell them because we're pleased so far with what we've got.
Well, then that's what I'm going to try to do.
Hi,
Um,
Lori. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Joyce.
guys, we're going to bind our books. How did you do with getting your doodling done, dear? Doodling done, dear. Da 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 da.
My doodling and inking are done.
Your doodling and dinking are done, and I have done everything except put the lids on, and so I'm ready to bind. But now
Yeah.
I have a question for everyone, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I know what I would choose, but oh, and it's not going to show very well. Brown or black? Hi, Jean. Hi,
I'm going to
Joy.
let everybody else vote. I'm going to tell you something Hannah said to me last night while I was inking these.
Oh
She
yeah.
said, why black ink? You always ink in brown. It always looks great. Of course, I already had about 7 of them done,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I said, well, I
Well,
just thought black might look good with this. She goes, yeah, but you got all those browns in the background. It would look great.
I know, but I really like the black. Okay, I've got two blacks and a brown.
Well, I have to agree with the black.
Okay.
Because you've inked in black, everything else is black. I say that,
Well,
but I'm using green because it's what I have.
yeah, well,
And I like
um,
green.
the thing about my thought was is that the black ties in with the black butterflies. So,
Yeah.
oh, I'm getting a lot more blacks than I did brown. So, okay, that's fine. So, um, now I'm going to tell you my recipe for how many yards of this stuff you use.
Oh, good.
And that is to count how many pages you're going to do.
Right.
Okay. And then you need about an inch per page plus some. Okay.
Okay.
Because
So is
I'm
that
going to
an
put,
inch doubled plus some? Because
yes.
we're using it doubled.
Yeah. An inch per page plus some and then doubled.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, okay. Hi, Becky.
Oh, thank you, Terry. She will
Well,
be excited.
ooh, how
She's sending
fun.
Hannah some happy mail.
I
So
can't
she will
wait
be
till I
excited.
find out what Happy Meal. Have you gotten my envelope, Lisa?
Not yet, but I
Oh,
haven't got mail today.
I am so unhappy. It's been 2 weeks.
Seriously.
Yes. So I don't know if it's gonna come. If it doesn't show up, I'll have to send you some more. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Hi,
8,
Becky.
9,
Hi, Jen.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Remember, my pages, some of them overlap. Basically, I had 20 pages, right?
Right.
So if I figure 20 inches plus a little extra, which is, I'm going to go say 30 inches, and then double it, that's 60 inches. And so 60 inches per piece folded in half.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Okay. I mean, I'd rather have too much than not enough.
I agree.
Always, always, always. So,
And
that,
then
go ahead.
by how many times we're doing it. Like this is my template for where my holes are going to go.
Okay.
And I just took my biggest page and made my template pretty much match it.
Yeah.
And then I took this ruler and put these dots like that, and I did the third dot from this end, the third dot from this end, then 3, and that's how I got. That's
okay,
how I got
and I'll show you how I got mine. I agree, Becky. Your paintbrush guy is adorable. And Becky, I'm not sure our mail person is running all the time. So,
We're
um,
getting stuff about every other day.
well, and we don't get mail every day. I mean, we just don't. So, okay, so now I have this is a centering ruler. It's from Fiskars. It's not real expensive, and I got it at Joann's with a coupon. Okay, and you see it has a zero in the middle on that side, and it
Right.
also has lines, quarter-inch lines through it. So that means I can judge how far away from an edge something is. So what you do is you put this thing down, and this piece is the same height as this. It's actually just a tiny bit bigger because of all my rufflies. Is how I figured it out. And I'm going to be a half inch off my edge. And then I figure out, okay, so that 3 is not, I need it at 3 1/4 plus a smidge. 3 1/4 plus a smidge. Okay.
I like the smidge.
And it's you got to kind of go for the smidge. Okay, so then I put, because I'm going to put 4 holes in like Lisa, because I have pages top and bottom. Let me see if I can. Here's one set of pages that this page is on the top and this one's on the bottom, and then I have another set where they actually they're going to be even. So I need some holes in different places. So let's see here. Let me get that back. So what I did was I put a dot at the one and then the one, and then a dot a half an inch in from each edge. And that's how I got my 4 holes that I'm going to punch. So 2 different ways and it works. I mean, it's all that matters is that you get enough holes in your pieces to make it bind. In my older book, oh gosh, did I make a mess? Yeah, I did. I made a mess where I can't get in that box.
In my other book, I just put 2 holes because I had really small pages
That's right.
and they were all the same. So that made it easy.
Right. And this one has 3 holes and they were all the same. So it made it real easy. But, and I put 3 holes because I was afraid 2 might it does wiggle
Yeah.
because of the type of binding it is. It does
Oh,
wiggle.
look at this. This is what 2 does.
Yeah.
So if you
And this
don't
one,
want that, do 3.
yeah. And see, mine at 3 is not moving very much.
Yeah, I didn't mind it, but
No,
it's
I think it's
also
cool.
looser because I used a much bigger string
Yes. Uh huh.
and that makes it looser too. Anyway, I love it. I'm happy with it, but I'm going to use the smaller string and I'm going to do 4 this time because like you, I have some smaller pages. I am doing something different with mine than you are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm having mine are in between, like there'll be 3 pages and then this one and then a couple of pages in that one. And so they're not, yours are like um next to each other, your small ones, and mine are separated by other pages.
Mine are in some respect and in some respect not, and it's because I have so many smaller pages.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't have enough big pages. I have big pages in between, but I didn't have enough big pages to go in between each smaller one.
Yeah. I like it. I think that's really cool having
But
them, right next to each other like that.
yeah,
And that way yours is not this fat. Look how fat this is.
well, it's also, I think, the what do I want to say? The Mod Podge makes it fatter.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's it's pretty, it's gonna be a good crunchy book. I love it.
And the other thing is, Lisa, this tissue is not as fat as your painty papers.
That's true.
So there's a lot of reasons why they grow. So the big thing is to keep track of what you're doing. Make sure you keep your pages in order. And first we're going to punch holes in them, and then we're going to sew them. Thank you, Becky. Becky just posted the ruler for the Fiskars acrylic centering ruler. She just posted a link, and I thank you very much, dear. Oh, and we're using our monsters.
Our monsters, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Hey, you pretty much need them for these fat
Yes.
pages.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you this is my one of my favorite, this and my jelly plate, you know, I didn't have these before a couple years ago, and I could do without a lot of things, but those two couple of tools are really important.
I agree 100%.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Jean says she was thinking about 3 holes in the top and 3 in the bottom because of the sizes. Yeah, it was very inexpensive, Becky. $7. She says $7 on Amazon, and I think it was like $7 at Joann's. I just was in there one day. The thing I wanted, they didn't have, and I had a good coupon, so I just bought it. Jean, my thing about 3 on the top and 3 in the bottom is that this binding takes a while, and
that
all
would
those,
take forever.
I was going to say six strands is going to take you a while to do, just so you're aware. Now, are you just going to hold your thing on, or are you going to mark it?
Do what?
Are you just holding your?
I'm just holding it because I have so many. So there's so much black there. I'm not sure I would be able to see my dots very well.
Aha. Okay.
So I'm just holding it, and because I can see this real easy.
Okay. Well, that probably will work real well.
And this way, I think for most of them it'll work really well. Now, there might be one that's, those small ones might be a little harder to do, but so far it's working all right.
Well, and I'm thinking maybe if I don't want it to slip, so I'm thinking these wonderful little Dollar Tree clips might be a good option too.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to try anyways. We'll see. That way I can concentrate on the hole and not holding it.
Right. Well, there may be some where I have to do that, but so far I'm doing okay.
Well, and those little clips work really well. So, okay.
Okay, now then I've got one here that's right there.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put it up here.
Yeah.
And just use the top two, and I have to make sure it's not going to interfere with the next hole, and it doesn't. So.
Yep, that's my plan, is to just set it up like that too.
Turn it over and keep going.
Okay. And then let's see.
This will be a little bit harder to do if all you have is a handheld punch. You may have to do it over several sessions because it'll be hard on your hands.
And if that's the case, guys, punch the back ones first because you start this binding at the back.
Yes, good idea. Good advice.
And my thing is some of my smaller pages are actually going to have a third hole, but that's okay too. I don't care.
Yeah, well, I have a few that probably will, that are small enough to not get 4, but big enough to need more than 2. But these ones that are sticking out sideways, I think I can do all of those with just two.
Uh-huh.
And then some of them are like this, where they're, they're a little smaller, but not a ton smaller. And that's
Yeah.
one reason I went in so far
Went
before I
in
put
so
my first
far.
holes. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, Jean, let me read your question. Have that punch, and I think it's hard to use. I can't see where it's punching. Is there a tip? Oh, um, Jean, I look at the side of it. When I'm closing it, I watch the side of I actually sit it down and then I bend my head over so that I can see right in there and watch this thing come down.
That's exactly what I do. In fact, I keep mine way in front of me, is what I'm doing rather than bending my head over. I've just got it way in front of me. And that way I can see where it connects.
Yeah, see this one is shorter too, and I'm just gonna kind of center it up on the piece of paper. But like okay, let me see if I can tilt this and show you. I just kind of watch that thing come down until I find it's in the right hole and I can't see it at all. So then I punch. And that's one reason why I put the clips on mine, just because I felt like it was I was going to be able to line it up better. Okay, where was this one supposed to be? This one is supposed to be at the top. Okay.
See, this one is comes right. If I put it at the top, it comes right to the edge of that hole. So I'm just going to scoot it down a little bit.
Yep.
And make it use 3 holes.
Yep, that would be what I would be doing. It'll use 2 holes for the most part, but then, if it's got one that's okay. Well, see, this one uses 3 holes all by its little, just the way it is, it uses 3 holes.
Yeah. No, we don't have a real secret, Jean. We just look sideways.
Yeah. We just, look at it, Henri. The other thing is that if you stick your tongue out the side of your mouth, it always works better. That's just a rule that any art project, any art tool has. If you stick your tongue out just right, it will be much better than if you don't.
True. That works for me too.
Mm-hmm.
My kids have always laughed at me because when I'm concentrating on doing something, I stick my tongue out. They've always thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, well.
I'm like, well, you do it too. You just don't know it.
Yeah. Come on now.
This one I'm going to do 3 holes from the bottom. Because it's a short one, but it's not one of my long pages. I mean, my ones that stick out to the side.
To the side?
It's just short.
Oh, what did I just do?
What happened?
I think I just did that wrong. I did just do that wrong.
What did you do wrong?
Oh, I did it on the bottom and it was supposed to go on the top, I think. No, it's all right. It'll be fine. It will be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Hello, Suzanne. Glad to have you here. She said that she didn't see our heads. She thought maybe we had a secret. Now, there is a little guide thing, that little blue thing right there, that you're supposed to be able to slide up where you can punch all the hole, use it. Doesn't work at all for me.
No. Well, I can't get it to move very easy. And so
Yeah.
Well, and
It,
these are uneven anyway.
right. They're
So
not, and it's only going to work for one hole at a time. You'd have to do all the bottom holes and then go back and do all the middle holes, and that's just not going to work for me. That much I can tell you, because I'm not going to pick this thing up 16 times.
no.
Okay.
Okay, I had this one in here to be like this,
Yep.
but that's going to be very
Mm,
close to the hole.
yeah.
So I
Can you
think
turn
I'm
it
going to
over?
have to turn it over,
Yep.
which will mean then that my what's showing up in the hole is not as pretty unless I turn this over to, no, maybe yeah. No, because see, it still won't show.
Okay, can you reposition where you have that one? Can you move your window to another spot just so that it you know has more pretties behind it?
I don't
Like
know.
right there, like right on top of that one. The one you just had.
I guess that's a little better, but it's not really that pretty.
Okay.
Maybe
Well,
that's better.
okay.
But I think, okay, no. I think that one goes like that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where I was. Okay, we're going to just do this and we're going to be happy with it.
Okay. All right. But I know that if it's that I have that problem with one of my windows too, and I decided it was just gonna have to be the way it was.
The one thing I just remembered I forgot to do was get out some beads.
Oh, I didn't get any out, but mine are easily accessible, so I can always walk over there and get some. That is the one thing I know where is. Well, most of it, anyways. I mean, it takes up so many drawers of that map case that you can't kind of miss them because it's quite a lot.
Yeah,
But that was also something I had to get fixed up right away because I had to be able to work with them, you know
right.
since I used to actually use them. I don't use them very much anymore, not like before. I haven't made a piece of jewelry in forever. I did make beads twice this week already, though. So,
Well, that's good.
oh, and I have to tell you all what my mother said last night. She said that she likes my haircut better than when she goes to the beauty salon.
Uh-oh, you just got a new job.
I know. I said, "Oh, great! Just what I really wanted to do was cut hair for a living." Ugh.
Not even for a living.
Not even for, well, she is making me shorts. So,
Okay,
I don't have to go buy shorts, but I don't need them so bad that I would go and buy them. That's how it is.
right.
I would just do laundry more often. Uh, but it does keep me from having to do so much laundry. There we go. Barbara's playing with the computer. Yay!
Photoshop, cool.
Yeah, I lost my Photoshop when I lost my last computer.
Yeah, I lost my Photoshop about four four computers ago.
That, and I seem to have lost my my Word, which makes me real irritable because I used Word and um,
Yeah,
I
I
can't
can't
remember.
imagine not having Word.
Yeah, well, it's working, but not right. I mean, the
Yeah,
Word I had was old, anyways. It was not a new version, but it worked for me.
right. Well, with homeschooling and all the writing and stuff that Hannah does, we just bought that Office 365 because you can use it on, I think, up to five different things.
Don't you have to pay for that monthly?
No, you pay, well, we pay once a year.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there is that, but and I don't know what we'll do, when the kids are not around, but right now, because a lot of those things they won't let you, when you buy the program, they won't let you put it on multiple devices.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And this way we can have this on, and I do not know where the,
The end.
yeah.
Roll your thumb across it a few times in the same place. That no, the lengthwise, like this. Yeah, like that. Sometimes that'll take the last of it off, and you may have to move it around. I haven't used that one in a while, but I didn't think it was that bad, that embedded. It's
Well, I
there
mean, if I
somewhere.
just look at it, I would think there was no end to it.
Yeah, I know for a fact there is because that's only about half a spool
Well, you did a really good job
of hiding
of
it.
hiding it. Mm.
Then exploring GIMP for photos. I'm grim preserving Creative Suite. Jeff used InDesign, but I was still using. Oh heavens, what is the old? Everybody hated it, and every time I went to get Office and wanted it, they would just freak out because I would want that. Dang it, what was it that it came with the Office, the real big Office
Publisher.
package. Publisher, yes.
So that's what we use when we need something like that because it comes with Office.
It comes with Office, yes. Well, anymore, it doesn't usually come with Office. InDesign has been coming with the Office lately.
Yeah. Well, it's still
It
publishers
was
still
still
what's with this.
okay.
Uh,
Becky says she has GIMP. Oh, PageMaker. PageMaker I've used too, and I like PageMaker.
okay, and I just cut this, but I did not measure it. So
Uh-oh. Well, you don't have to measure it. It's just that, you know,
that's probably not long enough. I thought this board was closer to 30 inches, but it's not. It's more like 25.
oh, well, and remember, you want your 30 inches doubled.
Yeah, well, I've got it doubled, but it's
Mhm.
not. Um, let's see. But it's 24. That's what this
Oh,
is.
yeah.
And I don't think that's long enough. So we'll just save
Nope.
that one. There'll be a project that it will work for later on.
You can tie your charms on with it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Publisher. I used Publisher a lot for a long time, and then they switched to InDesign, which it's a nice program. I just never learned to use it because I had Publisher and PageMaker and all these others on my computers. Um, but when that last laptop died completely, um, I lost it. But see, the office I have, Lisa, is actually on a disc, and I can install it.
Yeah. Well, we had one like that for a
Mhm.
while, but Darren decided it was important to have Microsoft be able to update it.
Mhm. It
Um,
probably is.
and
Um,
so he decided this was a better plan for what we needed. Plus, we needed it on several computers. So,
right. Mhm.
but
Well,
I used Publisher, a lot when I was um, doing our newsletter for our homeschool group and that kind of thing. But we don't
yeah.
use it much anymore. But it's there.
Well,
We
and
need it.
I don't do the same kind of things as I used to do either. I haven't sent a newsletter in ages and ages. I should, but I just don't. Oops, this I need that part. This is the part I don't need.
Okay.
I just love the perfect little holes this thing makes. It just
Yeah,
makes beautiful little holes.
it does at that. Okay, there's one strip.
Okay. I have one more to punch. I love these little clips, my dear. Thank you very much for getting them for me.
You're very welcome.
By the way, guys, Lisa got these clips at Dollar Tree.
And they are
I,
really
they're
good, sturdy little clips.
right, and they're little, so they don't get in the way. And I have a whole bag full of them, so if I need to,
I went to Dollar Tree. There's a certain kind of toothpaste they have there that I like. And so I went Wednesday and they still had a bunch of those clips. So,
okay.
hi, Andrea.
I
Hi,
just thought
Cheryl.
I just thought I punched the wrong side of it.
Oh,
Oh dear. Oh man.
I'm glad
Oh,
you didn't.
talk about freak out. Hi Cheryl, Andrea, and anybody else. Thank you, Andrea. We could use your thumbs ups, guys. Anyways, so now I have a piece of cardboard with holes in it. We'll see what that's good for another
Yeah, I
day.
just stuck mine up somewhere for another day.
Okay, so we have decided on about 60 inches, right?
Yep, that's
Okay.
approximately what I did.
All right. 4 feet is 48 inches, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So I need a foot over 4 feet. Okay. So from there to there is going to be more than 60 inches. Nice thing about having 4 foot tables.
That is nice.
Hmm. Oh,
I'm not
but my
sure how
arms
wide
won't,
mine is, but it's not
my,
4 feet.
my arms won't spread out that far. Oh. There we go.
I think my table's about 30 inches wide.
Yeah.
So I just did double my table.
Well, that works. This this piece of board that I have on my table is 4 by 8. So I have 4 2 foot by 4 foot tables underneath it. And why do I have four? Because I had them. They're my show tables. And 2 foot tables, when you're doing shows with 10-foot booths, 2 feet wide, 4 feet long, is easier to manipulate in the space and have people walk around it. That's
Yeah,
the
that makes
deal.
sense.
Um, it. I also had a 6 foot table, and the 6 foot table is 30 inches wide, I think, instead of 24. But 8 foot banquet tables take up a lot of space that isn't real functional in a booth. Is the deal. Oh, are you
Andrea
waiting?
says, Tanya, that's a lot of math. Are you trying to give me a headache?
You do know
Don't ever leave, Andrea.
math is a foreign language. My niece told me that when she was sorting books for me, which really didn't help a whole lot. Um, because she sorted them the way a 12-year-old would sort them, but she put the math all in the foreign language box. So, oh, I got my other shelf up yesterday.
Yay.
Yay! And Jeff filled it up for me. It's all full up there. So I have 34 feet of shelf above my head. We'll just hope it doesn't any of it come down. Okay. Are you waiting on me, Lisa?
Yes. Guess what I just figured out?
What?
I've been sitting here with this thing in my ear this whole time, but it wasn't turned on.
Well, we didn't have any feedback, so
No, that's good. But I was just there thinking something is weird, and then I realized I was hearing you from the laptop and not from the
and
earbud.
not from there. Okay. All right. So we always keep the. Let me think here how I want to do it. Probably like this. We start from the back, and that's the thing with this is that you start from the back. And you put the folded center of your little doodads into the hole, and then you bring the two ends through that folded center. So just a minute, and I will make myself big and make myself close as I can get. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take my folded center, put it through the hole. I got to have my glasses on though. Sorry, guys. Put it through the hole. Put it through the hole. And then, see, it makes a loop right here. Sorry, I have threads everywhere. And I take these two and I stick them through the loop and I pull it. And you want to snug it. You don't want to yank it, but you want to snug it. Okay?
And with the waxed linen, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
It stays put once you snug it.
It stays put once you snug it. It's
the biggest thing is making sure you've got your strings straight when you go through.
Oh, usually they'll kind of work themselves out if they get crossed. This
one's working doing a lot better. That last one I did, maybe it was because it was so fat.
Yes.
It was a real hassle. If they got crossed, I had to take it back out. That was frustrating.
Let me get this fourth one in here. And you have to have a string for each hole. So it does mean you got a little bit of a mess down here. That is one reason why wax linen is so nice for this. If you get a piece like that one was right on one of those little bumps, you want to make sure that you get it kind of lined up. the other thing is if you don't have wax linen, I highly recommend some beeswax on whatever cord you use. It just makes life a lot easier. Okay, so once you pull it like that, and you've got 4 like that, then we're going to take our next page, and remember we've got it, all the pages are back side up, so we're going to just flip this one over on top of it. Okay, and what you do is you take your 2 ends, you go down through the hole right there, but then let me see if I can show you. Okay, then you pull these 2 apart that are down right there, and you put these 2 ends through the middle like so, and snug it up. Now I don't snug tight because you got 2 more holes to do here. Okay, so you put this 2 ends through this hole, and then split these apart and go down through the middle. That one's not real full, but you can take it anyways. Thank you, sweetie. All right. You getting it, Lisa?
Yep.
Okay, now here is something that's a little different. Normally, all of our things would be used. Well, because all of these pages are not the same size, this one's not getting used right now. And so, you know, that's an inch I wouldn't have had to put on that, but to try to figure all that math would have been, yeah, right. Just do all the holes. Okay, like Becky says, do all the holes on that page. Do not try to do one hole all the way through your book. It doesn't work. And Becky is saying that in capital letters, so that means to tell you that she knows this is true due to the fact that she's done it. But I do want to snug these up some before I go on to the next page. And I like to just pull on it a little, snug it. And you want to try to keep them as straight and even as possible. If they get off a little bit, with this particular size of wax linen, it's not a big deal. But see, now this one, when I switch over here, this one is going to now be used, and this one is going to be, these 3 are going to be used a 3rd time. So we're going to end up with uneven threads, but that's okay. And Lisa works sideways, and I tend to work towards me. So it's whatever works for you.
And I just got one that was twisted.
It's twisted. Mm-hmm. And they do that. They will do that. Let me go back out a little bit.
It's not a big deal if you catch it before you snug it, but
yeah. And if it does get twisted, and this wax linen, it's pretty sturdy, so you can get in there, say with like your bone folder or something like that, and pull it out. Tweezers. The other thing is to try to pull both of your threads at the same time. It seems to keep them straighter. That little butterfly has a hole in its wing. What's the matter?
Oh, it's just it's like I keep doing something the same way wrong,
That's that's rolling it. Uh-huh.
and it's and then it gets in between. They one is not they're not coming straight.
Ah. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you have to just be careful. Don't over tighten because sometimes you have to pull one and then the other and one and the other when you're going to the tightening part. But don't pull so hard that you tear this hole because that I can tell you is easier to do than you think.
And not easy to fix.
Um, Actually, I just both times I've done it, and it's happened to me a couple of times because I've used this binding quite a bit. Um, I've just left it. If you haven't torn it all the way, that stitch is just a little shorter, and it's been okay and has worked for going through the book and turning the pages and all that kind of thing. So
Right.
um, I haven't had too much trouble with it. So yay, Cheryl's ordered some black linen. So all right, this is the top one.
Oh.
What happened?
Well, I thought I put both of them through, but I didn't. And you really need them both to go through.
Yeah, you got to have them both.
You end up with this big thing if you don't.
The other thing about this wax linen is it doesn't require a needle, and therefore, I mean, it's plenty sturdy enough. Now, the place I order my linen from, like Lisa said, that you end up paying more for shipping than you do for the thread. It's ridiculous, but they have 2 cord, 3 cord, 4 cord. I think it goes up to 8 cord. I may be wrong. Um, my favorite for books is probably 3 cord. And what I sent Lisa, that green one, Lisa, I think is 3 cord. It might be 2, but I'm pretty sure it's 3. Its
Yeah,
label's
it
not
feels a
on it.
lot like what I had, and I
Hmm.
think it was 3.
Yeah. And the label's been gone a long time because believe me, that's a partial spool.
Well, I appreciate you sending me what you sent me.
Well, it was
I was
green.
very excited. It's
It was
green. That's
green.
right.
It was green. Now, with all these scruffy edges,
Hi,
you're
Beth.
hi Beth. And if anybody popped in and we didn't see you, we do apologize for not saying hello. We're working on this. It's sometimes hard to see. But the the company I buy from is called Royal Wood Incorporated. Anyways, if you look up Royal Wood Basket Supplies, that's what they have. That's who they are. And I used to use enough of this stuff to buy wholesale amounts. So, like I have black in 2, 3, 4 quart, all 3 sizes. I have a lot of cream, and I don't know why I bought so much cream because I don't use it. I had thought about getting out the cream to bind this with. It would
I
have
was going to
shown up.
say, I would buy some cream from you because I think that's something I would use quite a bit.
Well, I'll have to see which ones I've got left.
Okay. If you've got any that you don't think you'll use, I'll buy them from you.
Well, I just have several. I have several weights too. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have so many creams. Other than I think I thought I would use it more than anything, and then ended up not. I have a really pretty purple one. Um, but I found a lot of what I did with it. Hi, Liz. Nice to meet you and see you. I don't think you've been here before.
Hello, Liz.
Cheryl says, tiny steps, but still moving forward. Yay! That's always the way we need to be. Tiny steps, but moving forward. I don't mind moving sideways either, but, as long as I take tiny steps and get some movement. That's which I am also going to tell you that there's a whole lot of floor space in this studio that was not here 2 weeks ago.
I'm proud of you because
And
I
I
have
put 2 more
very little
boxes
floor
of
space.
stuff away. I put 2 more boxes of stuff away. Now, the table I showed you on Tuesday is now got stuff on it, but
your floor is empty.
yeah, my floor is empty. And it's got stuff on it because I was sorting and rearranging. I will tell you too that the laundry room, my storage room, my shipping, packaging stuff room is an absolute disaster. It just turned into a big old mess. Okay, so see, now that one got crossed somehow. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. See, that one didn't get pulled. That one not pulled? Huh. Oh, it's just loose in there. Okay. Okay, it's working. Just pull it a little snugger so that it does stay snug. Lisa works so quiet. She just gets all quiet. She must not talk to herself either. See, I talk to myself.
Well, I do sometimes, but not that much.
But yeah, because
I'm listening to you, so I'm being quiet.
Oh, I see. In other words, I'm talking too much.
No, you're not. If you were talking too much, I'd butt in or something.
Okay. Well, Jeff says I talk too loud when I'm in here, so.
Oh, yeah, I talk too loud everywhere. That's something I inherited from my dad. I can remember as a little girl at church, and we had a really long, skinny church,
Mm-hmm.
and he would stand up, and he could be anywhere in that auditorium and say a prayer, and he didn't need a microphone. Everybody could hear him.
Everybody could hear him.
And he wasn't like he was shouting either. His voice just projects, and mine does the same thing. Hannah inherited that same thing.
Hello, Maria. Go ahead.
Although she does tend to, when she knows people are listening to her, she gets quiet.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. Mm-hmm. But I'm just in love with my bookshelf because I can now see the books. When they were in the other room, they were the shelves were too wide for books, really, and they were buried and they were hard to see. I mean, these are going to be a little hard to reach because they're up top, but at the same time, I can see the titles, and I kind of know where everything that I put is.
Right.
Doesn't mean I know what's in every book, but I put books together. Like I got a pile of Reader's Digest so that I know that I bought those for the covers and the opportunity of altering them. And I put the dictionaries in, and I put my dictionaries in like 3 different spots because I needed quick access dictionaries. I needed dictionaries for down the road, so.
Right.
So I have, it's just so much better up there. And now I have the space in this laundry room to put some other stuff. So that now we're going to do the two twos. Two
The
twos.
tutus.
The two twos. We have to see how these pages settle into one another. I'm hoping that they don't cause friction here in the middle, you know.
Yeah.
Is Prairie Girl Lori still here? Barbara would like to know.
Did you call her Prairie Girl?
Oh, it's Paint Girly.
I was thinking Prairie Girl. I don't remember Prairie Girl, but I
Well,
could have just heard Prairie Girl.
my brain must be sorry, Lori. For starters, I can't see with my glasses on to see the chat. You know, it's just that way. If I put my glasses on, I can't see chat. If I don't have my glasses on, I can't see my strings. Which way you forgot where you post the holes for?
Yeah.
Well, whichever ones line up.
Well, they'll line up all three because they're all exactly the same distance
Same
apart. So I could put them on any ones I want. But I think
What's
that
the
one's
next
low, so I'm going to go high with this
high
one.
with that one? Okay, Barbara, she's still here. So you can ask her your question or whatever it is you were gonna, whatever you needed her for, since it's Paint Girl. Yeah, sorry, Lori. Just.
Well, good faith.
Oh, I have to tell you another one. Okay, I've told you that. Oh, now that's all twisted up. That's not good. That's not good at all. I've told you that we have neighbors that just do not seem to know how to stay home, right?
Right.
Okay. So Jeff is out front today. He has repainted. We have pretend shutters on the front of the house. You know, the house is brick, so we have these pretend plastic shutters. And they were looking sad, and they've been looking sad since we got the house, but you know. He decided a couple weeks ago that he would get paint when he went to the store, and he got paint, and he's painted the shutters. So he's got them all off. He painted them, and now he had brush and soap water and was scrubbing the windows and scrubbing the trim around so that when he puts everything back on, it's all nice and clean. And he's out front, and she stops in the truck. And Jeff said he had to come in and tell me just what happened, because he said, I almost said something. It took everything I had not to just bust out laughing. She was fussing about how boring it is to stay home all the time. Okay, they go out 4 and 5 times a day. They are out in the truck 4 and 5 times a day. But yet she is fussing about staying home all the time. Jeff said, I almost lost it. He said, I almost could not keep my tongue in my mouth. He said, I wanted to say something so bad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he kept his mouth shut. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Mary.
I hadn't realized you were staying home.
Yeah, he started. He said, I started to say something, and then I thought, nope, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Mary and Gloria, are you here?
Hello. So glad to see you. Maria and Mary and Gloria are all
Maria's been here a few minutes. Maria, you mean you're going to make the book and then make art in it? That works. I like to work on my pages separately, so that's why I always bind them after the fact. It's just the way I am. This one is way easier because you're sliming it with Mod Podge all the time. If you ask me, it's easier anyways.
Well, if you're decorating it the way we did, you
Yeah,
are. But you could decorate it other ways and not do that.
yeah.
So you could use this same binding, you know.
And this binding works really well for a book you are going to art in because it lays flat when it's open. Um,
Yeah.
when you open this book up, it both pages are completely flat. It really lays real nice. So if you, ooh, that would be a fun book to do. Mm, might have to think about that. Might just think about that.
All Tanya needs is another idea.
Yeah, I had another one yesterday, so I've got it. Art journals are um, coming to. They keep coming into my head, so. But I only really want to work on one at a time because if I get too many things going, then nothing will get done. Yeah, Maria, I think it will. I think that would work fine if you wanted to make your book and then and then do the art in it. The Big Shot, oh boy, rocket science. I don't know. I think the Big Shot's fun. The biggest thing is the fact that I have a lot of things that are like the Darcy brand or whatever. So they're not quite as thick. Like the embossing folders aren't quite as thick as the ones from Sizzix. Stuff like that. And you have to know that you might have to put a sheet of paper in there or something like that. It's experimentation, not rocket science.
There you go.
I like it anyways because it's an experiment.
Yeah. I like mine too. I don't use it much because of where I'm having it right now. I really want to have it out on a table, and then I think I would use it quite a bit. But
Yeah, I'm going to redo where I've got mine, but I have it on a shelf, but I can grab it and put it on the table.
well,
That way,
mine is underneath on the bottom shelf of a cabinet with things in front of the cabinet. It's not
yeah,
even,
see that doesn't work.
no, it's like a waste of money, you know, when you buy something like that and then you stick it over there. So
I want to get the FU part. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it lays flat even if
the
you
fun
cinch it.
part, I bet's what she's saying.
Yeah, probably the fun part. Um, and yes, Barbara, it's a Sizzix brand. Yes, she's written fun down further. Um, Barbara says it's trial and error and error and error and error. Eh. Now I will tell you that I have a I really like this, and it is available. Um, I'll go get it in just 1 second. Let me put this row of ties in, and then I'll go get mine. My base has shims, but they're attached.
Yeah, mine
And
does too, and I like that.
yeah, and therefore, and it on the shims, it tells you about stuff. And who asked if this lays flat? I missed who was asking if
Oh,
this
I
laid
missed it
flat.
too.
Anyways, I'm going to show you that this lays flat. I've been pulling this down pretty hard, and yep, it just lays as flat as can be. Now I'm not even going to cinch those up. I'm just going to open it up into the middle of the book. But see how nice and flat it lays. So, and I'm cinching it pretty good. You just don't want to cinch it so tight that you tear your holes.
Yeah, I'm snugging it up. I mean, pretty snug. It is.
Oh, Mary's getting really frustrated with her doodad. Oh, oh, oh.
Sorry, Mary.
Yes, I am too.
I have had projects like that, and they're not fun.
I'm gonna make myself big for a minute.
All right.
This is what I'm talking about. This is the base that came with my cutter, and you can buy this base, okay? And honestly, this is one of the best things about the fact that I don't understand and I can't remember. There's little pictures on every shim. Like this is says, let me read it here. It says thinlets, triplets, and framelets, which are the thin cutting dies, the the smaller ones. That means you use all of the shims. Okay, so then if it's hinged, so you just open it, and this one is thinlets and triplets for embossing if you're using with your silicone rubber thingies. Inklets, which is some kind of texture plate that I don't have. These are cutting plates that are on a metal base, so they're sizzlets, embosslets, and clearlets. And it so it tells you now this is an embossed. These are textured impressions because they're thicker bases. This is 3D texture impressions. Um, okay, so then you go back here and it says embossing folders and texturizes with impressions pad. So if you're using the thick rubber pad and you're using folded cardstock, so you get that extra thin piece of cardstock, then you use the no shims. So it tells me on the shims and they're attached and you can't lose them. That's my big thing is losing stuff. And I really love this long plate because even though I use the smaller plastic things. I don't usually use the long ones. I usually use the smaller ones. Then it goes in and out from both sides. It really works nice. Yes, Barbara, and that's the thing. This thing, it has it on the shim what the shim is for. Instead of having to say refer to a sheet of paper or something like that, the shim tells me, and then the shim stays attached while you're using it, which is really nice.
I don't know if that will fit though in your cuddle bug or not. They have different widths, I think,
Yeah, and I
thicknesses
don't,
and all of that.
yeah, I don't know about the cuddle bug. Um, I know that it will fit. Um,
It'll fit the vagabond, and it'll fit
mm-hmm,
the big shot and the big kick, which are the two we have.
right.
Um, but I don't know any more than that.
Well, and spellbinders. What do spellbinders make?
They have one that's called Spellbinders, I think.
Okay,
Their dies and things will fit in our machines,
right.
but our stuff, the Sizzix stuff, won't fit in the Spellbinders machines. I don't think. I think they're
Well,
very specific.
I know that the clear plastic plates for the spellbinders.
Yeah,
I got some of those on clearance, and because I had chewed up my plates, I was flattening bottle caps and chewed them up pretty bad. I still use them for certain things, but if I'm embossing, I needed a set of plates that was smooth. They're just like one thickness of cardstock thinner.
yeah.
So when I would normally be using with no shim, when I use those plastic plates, then I use one shim. So um, yes, there are YouTube videos, and you're welcome, Mary. Anytime. Always ask a question if I've got an answer, and Lisa too. Um, Lori says it should fit the cuddle bug. And see, I don't know
Yeah,
about.
I don't know either because it just seems like those are
Okay, now
a little
there was
bit.
a question up there and I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay, that's not good.
Yep, you fold pieces back. Okay, yeah, Barbara, that she's saying it's handy. Okay. Well, Mary, food and coffee might be the thing you need.
Okay, I am determined to. Um,
Get them twisted.
this one for sure. I don't know. That's so strange. It's like I've done it twice and it's messed up both times. All right, let's try it again here. Put it
Hi,
in.
Irene. Welcome, welcome. We're glad to have you here. We should have a breakout sessions on Zoom, like a cuddle bug session. That would be fun, Barbara. Welcome, Irene. It was really good to have you here. And Cheryl says it's snack time. We're back around to food again, guys.
It always eventually comes back around to food.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Um. Uh. Irene, if this is the first time you have found our live streams, Lisa and I have been live streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays pretty much every week for the last month. We in the past have only done that's twisted on Tuesdays, but uh, with everybody staying home, we decided we would do Tuesdays and Thursdays. We try to make some kind of book, something every month. This is our April book that we're making, and we are calling it our Scrappy Crunchy book. And we swap back and forth on each other's channels. Um, and if somebody would do me a favor and post both our channels for Irene, that would be, well, she's got mine, but could you post Lisa's channel for me? Because next week we're going to start on an altered book. The theme we're going to do, Lisa and I are going to do flower fairies, but you don't, and if you wanted to play along, you didn't have to do fairies. You could do any kind of theme you want. But we're going to alter a book, and we figure that'll take May and June.
Yes.
We know us.
I think we'll be doing good if we can get it done in May and June, going 2 days a week.
Yeah. Hi, Kathy. Let me see what she said. Missed the beginning to see how to bind. Kathy, there is a video on my channel. It just posted a couple weeks ago. It's called the slip knot binding that has a start to finish technique, but there's also a link to this blog, which has this wonderful piece of paper. So, Becky just posted Lisa's channel so that you can find her. And this binding is the one I use all the time. It's called slip knot binding, Kathy. So it's only good for single pages, though. It's not good for
Signatures.
Signatures, no. Which I have to. I had a an idea this morning. I don't know if you remember watching the video where I brought my sister and I got those cork floor tiles. I brought them back with me last fall.
Yeah.
I think they're about 8.5 by 8.5. And I'm like, oh, I found those today because I was cleaning up, And I'm like, Okay, I need to make a journal because that was my whole point was I wanted to make a journal cover with those cork boards. So one more thing to do, but and it would the cork would work real well for a single sheet binding, but I want to use some of that tea dyed funky paper that I've got and make her a journal. So it needs to be less knot mind binding. Becky has posted the slip knot binding video above.
Thank you, Becky.
Oh, Barbara's going to make a 16-page journal. Tisha Moore made a video where she used a giant sheet of watercolor paper to make a great journal, and she's going to use it to play along with the fairy book, which I think that'll be a lot of fun. Are you done, Lisa?
No.
Okay, because I've been talking and not getting very far.
Sounded like you were accusing me of something.
Are you done?
Are you done? I'm so glad I wasn't.
Yep.
Now, see, I got 2 pages left after this one.
Oh, well, you're still further done than I am. I got to keep my mouth shut.
Well, then I got to go try to find some beads and figure out how I'm going to decorate this because I haven't even thought about.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good because I already know what I'm doing.
See, it works out.
This is let me show you the book, Irene, from the first book we did. Now I've actually been working on a second one in my live streams on Sunday. At Lisa live streams on Sunday. No, Monday. Lisa live streams Monday night at 7. I live stream Sunday at noon. Becky live streams Wednesday evenings now. I don't know who else is on here that might have a live stream schedule. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, we're taking out a lot of pages, Barbara. This, Irene, is the first book I made. And we made this a year ago in January. It's patterned after a Lori Marie Jenkins book. That was her idea that we kind of took off from. This one is made from Lipton onion soup boxes. It is all kinds of scrap paper that was in my bin, like that's magazine paper, and that's scrapbook paper, and that's some painty watercolor paper. And then it's collaged. It has windows. It was a lot of fun. Lisa, you want to show her yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, Beth is here. When does she go? Beth goes live a couple times a week. Mary's not here, I don't think, Maria, but Mary live streams quite often early in the morning and always on Friday evenings at 7:30.
Beth live streams, I think, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Yeah.
At like 6 or 6:30 my time. This is my little book, like she was just showing you hers. Mine was smaller than hers because I made it out of not regular playing cards, but some cards from a game. And all of my backgrounds are painty papers. And then, and I also put windows in and did little collages. And my pictures were all pictures that were on the back of calendars. So those were the kinds of pictures that I used in here. And I did my beads all across the, and broken jewelry and different stuff from the top. And I only used 2 holes on that one. And I like that. This one we're doing 4. And I went back and I added in pieces to add these beads all the way across.
Oh, yeah. And that's
I didn't do it as we went.
When I have extra of this, that's what I'll use it for. I'll tie it in around things to get stuff here. And Becky has been posting everyone's channel. Violet is here and Holly is here. So hello to both of you and anyone else who might be here that I didn't see.
And on this one, I didn't put any windows in. I just cut holes. But she went ahead and put windows in hers like we did last time.
And this by windows, this is plastic that we did this Tuesday on my channel. It's plastic that I embossed and then colored with ink. Let me see if so it's an embossed window. Mary says your book is really cool.
Thank you.
Barb always does Fridays at 2. Sherry's here. Hello, dear.
Hi, Sherry. We're glad you're here. Do you live stream at a certain time, Sherry, or just when you're in the mood? I'm not remembering you having a specific schedule. That's
Mary.
I know you just make videos. But.
Okay, let's see. Mary has a question. I didn't see it. Thank you, Becky. Okay. I just cut a window. So cool. Thanks, girls. Does it matter which way the plate goes through? Hinge first or tab side first? A window.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Let's see.
When you put the embossing stuff in, they do recommend that you put the hinge through first.
Oh,
so your stuff doesn't slide out.
Yeah, but as far as the
but it will work either way.
Thank you, Irene. And Sherry says she has no schedule. So yeah, it'll work both directions, dear. But I usually, like Lisa said, I usually put the hinge in first, just because that way it pushes whatever closed as it goes.
Okay, I'm on my last page. I'm going to wait till you get there, because I know there's a different way you do it, and I don't have my instructions. So.
Okay. Yeah, there's options.
And I'm going to go see if I can find some beads while I'm waiting. I might as well do that.
Okay. Put my glasses on. Becky says, be right back. Laundry switching time.
Oh, goodness.
Thanks, Mary. I didn't see, Cheryl, I didn't see what Holly's got to snack on today. What is she snacking on? The other thing we wanted to do with this book was to use different size pages, because the other books we've made all had the same size pages. So this one has different size pages. Okay, where do I want to put this? Do I want to put it on the bottom? Yeah. Okay. A fried egg sandwich, an egg white fried egg sandwich. Holly, if you like egg whites, I guess that's okay. But my favorite part of the egg is the yellow part. So it's like, I will never make it as low cholesterol person. So.
Yeah, me either. I actually just like the whole egg all together. That way you get all the nutrients you need in one place.
I like it all in one package. But the other thing is that my cholesterol for my butter habit is absolutely fine. So, because I have a very bad butter habit.
Your body knows it needs butter.
Yeah, probably. Well, the reason it has a butter habit is because of the salt,
Yeah, well, and you need salt too. So all those things are, except for a few conditions where it might be a problem. For most of us, salt and healthy fats are good for us. So
yeah. Unfortunately, Jeff is one of those people that salt is not good for.
Oh, that's hard because then you have to salt yours extra so his doesn't have to be salted.
Well, actually, his I just don't cook with salt. I don't cook with salt at all, and he doesn't miss it. Salt is he doesn't crave salt, so it's better. And I'm not a real big black pepper person, and he likes black pepper. So everything has to be cooked with a tiny bit of salt, otherwise it doesn't taste good at all. But
Yeah.
I don't cook with very much salt, and then I will add salt to mine if it needs it, and he adds pepper. So
So you're both happy.
we're both happy. It works real well. I'm not sure I'm gonna like that one. Probably should have put it in the middle.
I used to
Holly
love
likes her
onions
real
on the last
dippable.
one. Do what?
Violet
Oh,
says just keep it to a stick at a time, and you'll. Okay. Uh, yeah. Uh, you're laughing, Violet, but I can eat butter just like that. It really is true, and I have been that way since I was little. I guess I like butter, mm, and I can flat out eat it, and it makes me happy. It's like the only reason to eat potatoes or bread or even popcorn is to have butter. If I can't have those things, I'm not, I don't want, if I can't have butter, I don't want those things.
well, there you go.
So, I mean, I don't eat bread with a sandwich because I have no desire to eat bread. I would eat meat and cheese and no bread. But, but if, when it comes to the butter part now, I do want the butter. Okay. The other thing about waxing thread and wax linen especially is that when you pull on it and pull it tight, it pretty much stays tight. You don't have to fight with it. It doesn't undo itself.
And that's a blessing when you're doing this kind of bonding.
It frankly, I think it's a blessing with any kind of binding. So
Yeah. Well, it looks like I'm into green today because it seems like that's what all my beads and buttons and things are that I'm pulling out here. So I've got green thread and I've got green on the front cover, so I'm just going to go with it. I don't know if I'm going to use all these things. I'm just getting them out.
Dennis is here. Hello. Hi, hi.
Hi,
I'm sorry.
Joyce.
I've got 3 more pages,
Hi, Dennis.
and
That's
then
all
I'll
right.
get. Then I'll be done.
We've got time.
Did you get your charms done?
My charm. Oh, I got this. I got them doodled.
Doodled. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's all I did on these.
yeah. That's that. They're done. Just I haven't decided if I'm going to back mine yet or not. The last ones I backed, that just made them show up better when I did it. So I haven't decided on these.
You backed them? What do you mean
I'll,
by back?
I'll show you.
Okay.
I can't let go just yet.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. No hurry.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
frets.
On the other book, see, I put black behind them.
Oh, yeah.
It just made them show up better.
Yeah. I just made mine double sided.
Well, these are double sided, and so were the other ones, but I don't, they just don't show up as much as, and when you put the black behind them, I had a piece of black paper here.
Yeah, I
And when
agree.
you tear it off, so I probably will back them, even though I haven't done it yet. They just showed up better for some reason.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
I've been
so
debating whether I even want to put mine on there.
oh,
I'm tempted to just do these two right there and not even
mm-hmm.
do these. because I don't really
You
like
know,
these.
you know what I did is one of them I put in here. I I put see I there's beads right there, and I put two holes, and I put the beads, and then I ran it through, and it it
Oh,
dangles on a page.
that's cute. That's an idea. I'll think about that.
Linda, it might um where the pages are short, but I don't think there's going to be a problem with it because you mean because it's skinny on the outside and it's fatter in the middle. You could. Um, I don't think it's needed. The other thing is that while wax linen ties and whatnot, it is linen and it is thread, and the more you use the book, the more it will stretch and settle into position, not position. So I'm not too worried about it. I think it'll be all right. She's asking if you put a spacer in between where the pages are short,
Yeah.
the binding
Well,
to be more even.
I don't know. Mine it looks pretty even,
Yeah.
but what I
Well,
did was
my
just alternate my short pages into different
yeah,
positions.
and I did too, but see the middle is fatter than the edges,
Oh yeah.
and I maybe have pulled these tighter.
Yeah, mine doesn't look like it looks pretty even there, but it does bow out from the end like I got a little.
A
But a
little
lot of
cross.
that's because these are really some of them are curved this way and some of them are curved that way. The boards themselves
Right.
make it open up. So
Yeah, and over time it'll sit and flatten out too. I mean, because it's just one of those.
now I'm
Okay,
not liking my idea
you're not
of all green. See here, I found
okay.
these pretty red little buttons. I'm thinking, no, that would be fun.
And hello, Linda. I didn't see you in here before, so hi. I'm glad you're here. If you were going to do that, Linda, you'd have to have something pretty flat. So probably like a daisy spacer or something, or a really tiny baby button as a spacer. Now then. Okay, I got them all done, Lisa.
Okay.
Wait 1 second. That one's tangled up. Just because I said that, it's gonna tangle up.
Um I'm just not feeling it. Putting
Uh-oh.
any of this stuff on there. Part of me just wants to bind it and let it be clean.
Okay, well, by any chance, do you have any little black beads or anything? Just little plain black beads?
I don't think so.
Mm.
Let me get out my one thing I could do is just do a button to tie it off at each of these places.
Right. That might be, and if you have like a little, you could use your white paint pen and put dot doodle on it, put black and white dots on the buttons. Linda, yeah, that might be the case, is it might affect how it opens. Now, I have pulled this one really tight and I'm getting crocodile mouth, but it will stop after a while because this will stretch out a little bit. But see how flat it lays when you open these pages. Oh, the binding's working really well, even though the pages are uneven. That's what I really wanted to be sure. Oh, I'm loving this one. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so like Lisa said, there's Holly got a new paint pan. Did you get your floor yet, Holly? Thank you, Linda. Doesn't take much to make us happy. Okay, there's different ways to tie this off, like Lisa said. So there, when I did this one, I came out, I came around the binding there, tied a knot, and then came back up through the hole in the front. And then put beads on it, which also ties it. You can just go around this on the outside, go inside here and tie a knot and be done with it if that's what you want. Or you can just wrap it around and come out the sides and tie a knot in it. The whole point is that you've got to go around the two fibers. If you just tie a knot right now, it'll come off. You have to go around these fibers. So let me make myself as big as I can get. Okay.
Oops, nope, that's not going to work.
So what I'm saying is that you take these, and I've got one coming out each direction. I put this back to the inside of the book and go out. Okay. And then I take this one and I put it inside the book between the front page and the outside and come around. So now when I tie it, I'm tying it around the little fibers I had before. Okay. And I make a little knot. Now, I happen to like I liked these on top. Okay. So I'm going to bring this back through between the front and the back, the front and the page right at the front cover and the page right after it. And then they're on the inside. And then they'll go up through the hole like so. So I hope that makes sense. Did it, Lisa?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to play around with some different ways to do this to add these buttons on the front though. So
Okay.
I'm going to end up doing something different, but I'm not sure exactly how. I think I'm going to go from here back around and out through this hole and then tie my buttons on.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm going to do, but I tried a few while you were doing that, other options that I didn't like, so.
Aha. Yeah, Holly, painting before doing flooring is always a good idea, I think, because then you've got it done and you're not getting paint on the new floor. My parents bought a house. I was quite younger. I mean, like fourth grade. They had a house built, actually. When my dad went to work from Chevrolet to GM, and we had hardwood floors, and the silly painter came in and set his paint buckets on the hardwood floors that were finished. The hardwood floor guy just about had a freak out.
I bet.
There were several contractors that really, really didn't get along. The electrician cut all the telephone wires and used the telephone wires to pull some wires through the wall. Just stuff like that. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. It
It's
seemed
like
like
they
every
were
day.
doing
Yeah,
everything they could to
to
bother each
make it to bother each other. Yeah, it was kind of like that. Now, be careful because what happens when you're doing all of this is that these they'll loosen back up and you need to keep them snug. Snug them down before you start your tying. Now, when Jeffrey did the house here, he did all the floors before he painted. But there was a really big reason for that. It was all the dust because he sanded he was sanding hardwood floors that he had to sand years and years and years of nastiness off of. So he didn't want all the sanding dust. He wanted to get the floors sanded before he painted. So that's why he did it that way. And then he just had to be very, very careful of the floors. But he was the one doing it, so Yeah, Joyce, it was an interesting time. Part of the problem I think is that we weren't right there to watch over it, you know. My dad would go every week or so and check on the house because we were living elsewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
I messed that up.
Uh-oh, what's wrong?
Well, that somehow pulls this way out here. And I don't know how, but it does. So, and
Uh-oh.
I just tied this too. Boy, I did a good job here. So,
Okay.
okay.
Do you have one of those little round ball things um that you use for scoring? That may be not sharp enough to get.
Oh, I'm going to use a pointy tool.
Okay, a pokey tool. Okay.
Yeah. Mm. See, Tanya just said check everything out before you tighten it. And
Yeah, when you. Okay. Yeah, you got to get that last stitch tied into there before you start trying to do anything with your tails. Otherwise, you end up.
yeah, well, I thought I had it tied in good enough, but I did not.
Mhm. Well, see, and the first one I made, I didn't actually tie this first knot. I just went up through the lid and put the beads on, and getting the beads into there. I wish I had not. I wish I had done it just a little like this. Anyways, it just I think it would have been a little snugger. The other thing about using black, if I had used that cream instead of the black, you would have seen my binding. And now it's just kind of part of the edge. See, on this one, it shows up more. Partially, I guess, because this one's more worn. I mean, this one's been handled a lot in the last year and a half. So
Yeah.
the edges are beat up, which is what I really love about it, but or a needle. Yes, do you have Becky is suggesting a needle. You might, if the pokey tool doesn't work.
Well, I got the first one out with the pokey tool. A needle probably would be better because it'll be a little bit sharper point. I mean,
Uh-huh.
smaller, but it's not as easy to hold and use
Right.
as the pokey
Mhm.
tools. So this seems to be working. It actually is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Okay. All right. So now I have to go find some beads. I'm in love with this one. I love how these things stick out back here. Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Okay.
Okay. Now then, um,
Okay. Did you tie those right there?
no, this is just like I did all the other pages right now. It's at that point.
Okay. All right. So now you're going to, what you want to do is you want to take these two,
Yeah.
put them inside and back outside between the first page and the cover. So in other words, bring them from the outside, wrap them around that,
Okay.
and then stick them out. I'm going to watch you do it.
You don't trust me?
No, I'm just because. Okay, there you go. Now take that one around the, yeah. Stick them out. Take it out. Now then, snug it everything up and tie that because it's tying it around that thing now. And I tied it twice so that it made a nice knot. And now you take those two ends and stick them one on each side again, back through to the inside of here.
Let me get this done first.
Okay, you do that while I go fetch some beads.
Okay.
Becky, that would drive me crazy. One of the things I hate about laundry is if you have to go very far to get things together. I really like having a laundry room. That is, a goal list. Okay, let's see what we got in the way of. We probably want 8, so I'll bet. And those are 11, but I need some of those to do the ends. Those are 8. You're going to tell me I don't have black 8s? You've got to be kidding. They're probably buried. Well, I wonder if I got black 6s. Black 6s. Oh, that's green. No, that's What do we think? Copper with the black? The very last
Yeah.
little bead in copper?
You know, if you ask about copper, I'm going to say yes.
Yes, Becky, I am sure. Thanks, Holly. I'm sure you would miss your house. Yes, I knew you would say yes, but I had out some brass that might have been pretty, but I don't have a lot of brass beads for other dangles. And I think that I'm going to want to put some more dangles on. And I do have copper beads. I don't have very much in the way of brass. So, except those are not black, are they? Are those black? Those aren't black. They're absolutely not black. They're green. All right. Okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're in a black. I guess. If I can't find black beads, I'm going to be really grumpy.
Uh-oh.
I got enough of those green ones to last 6 lifetimes, but
Well, green
there's,
is good.
yeah, green is good, but green is not what I want. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The black ones are probably stuck somewhere with a project, is what the deal is.
Well, Becky, as much work as you have done on these houses, you deserve a forever home that you can make exactly the way you want it.
That's right.
You do, you do. I'm going to leave those there in case I want to add a few beads off of that one. I know I don't want to have beads coming off of all of them, but
Yeah, we'll just see if I have enough black ones in this. Ah, there they are. I knew I had some somewhere, but I am starting to run out. That's what happens when black is your favorite color.
yeah.
Oh, but you know what? Those might be cute. Sorry if I want to put one of those on. I would need 4, wouldn't I? So that's not going back in. One problem with those drawers is they're very shallow. Yeah, see, that worked perfect, didn't it? Yep,
Yep.
yep. Yeah, Becky, I'm sure it's got to be hard. I do understand. Huh, apparently black is color number 49. It's not 6, it's 49, which is
Okay.
kind of odd, but you know. Okay, my thought was these might be cool at the base of my beads. When I was in the drawer, they just hollered and said,
Oh, those are cute. Yes. Yes. I agree. I think they will be cute.
now, are they going to be okay with the little coppers on the black? I'm going to put black beads. Oh, I might just put like one black bead. Oh, that might be really cute. Let's just see. I was going to make them longer, but let's see here. If I just put one. Black bead, and then put like 3 little copper beads on it. Okay. Oh, I'm. Yep.
She's happy.
I think. Yeah, except this is the heavier. Yeah. It's not going to go through all of these little copper beads. We'll see. Okay. So I think 3 little copper beads on each one. Let me get 3 on this one, and then I'll hold it up where you guys can see it.
Yeah, because it's dark enough. We can't really see what it really looks like as well.
But I might go get the brass beads and not use the copper ones.
The bottom is that flower is brass, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it looks cute that way, but I would probably, as much as I love copper, I would go get the brass ones because I'm also kind of matchy.
Well, I just think the copper looks odd in there.
Yeah. Okay.
A taco and beer night. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. I miss beer. I do miss beer. Then the next question will be whether or not I got enough other brass stuff to do some danglies and stuff. I don't have.
I think I just want the buttons and that's it. I
like it with just the buttons. I think it's cute. But now, are you going to do any? Are you going to do any dangles on the side of it all?
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking no.
You're kind of thinking not? Okay.
I think the buttons look quirky, like the book is quirky.
Yeah.
So I think that was definitely a good choice. But I don't know, because I really like this.
Yeah.
And part of the reason I like it, I think, is because they hang, they just kind of cover up the book back here. And that would, that would take a ton of stuff if I was going to do something like that here. And a little bit would just kind of look silly, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be happy.
I put like let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strings of beads here. Oops, I'm out of frame. I'm sorry. There's 5 strings that I just tied around the, around the binding in between each page to put these
That's
on.
kind of what I did, and I did.
And then
I just did 4.
I put 2 down here to put my charms on.
Yeah, I really like it on this one, but I don't think I want it on this one.
What do you think?
I can always add it later.
Yeah, I think that looks so cute. Can you see it? Is it out of focus?
It's fine. I'm just wondering, did you not find any black beads at all?
Yeah, I put the black bead. There's just 1 black bead on it.
Oh, okay.
Do you think I should put more black beads on it?
I don't know. I kind of think, the black beads would be pretty. Just black beads and no metallic colored beads, since you got the metallic in the flower. I don't know. It's going to be pretty either way. So just do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy.
I have to use some tiny beads on the ends because the black bead won't, the cord will come back through it.
Oh, yeah.
I could probably go get black ones. I think I want a little bit of something something there, so I think I'll do them like that.
Okay.
Now, I was going to show you a trick. When you're trying, oops, sorry, I'm off camera. When you're trying to tie a knot, maybe silver beads. No, I don't think the silver, I think the silver will not go with this flower.
No, the bronzy ones look better with the flower. I was just thinking if you just did black, that would be really pretty.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if,
it's got so much black that I'm wanting a little bit of something.
yeah,
I don't, you know me in color.
I do.
So, and the whole these are going to be have black behind them.
That's
So
true. Yeah.
there's no color on them either. So, okay, my trick is when you want to tie a knot and you want to have it tied right there beside that bead, you make a little loop like you're tying your knot, just like normal. Put yourself a needle in there, and then you take this needle and you slide it down till you're almost right at the spot you want it, and you pull your knot tight, and you can yank on that thread pretty hard, and then slide your needle out and tie your knot the rest of the way down. And then your knot will tie right where you want it. You can do it the second time to get your second. I always try 2 knots when I'm doing this.
Yeah. That's a good tip.
Um, I kept now I usually use a quilting pin instead of a needle, but I don't have one of those sitting right here. And then you can cut it about 1/8 of an inch away. Look at how well we did as far as I don't know how much thread did you cut off. I'm only cutting off about 8 inches of thread.
I cut off about, I'd say about 15 inches probably.
On this one I might cut
Well,
off
some of
about
them more than
12.
others.
Yeah, because
I had about 8 on one, but the other ones were about 15.
yeah.
So I had quite a bit extra, but that's all right.
Um yeah, so I'd rather have 15 extra inches than be 3 inches short. That first one
Amen.
when I tied it, it was the very last thing I was really pushing it for having enough thread. So, I love that. That is so cute on there.
Can you get that up a little closer? She's wanting to really see that flower.
Let me see if I change if I put the autofocus back on if I can make it focus on it. Let's see if I can hold it still enough. Come on now, focus. Yeah, it's not going to. I can't get
Not
it any closer.
cooperating.
No. Just because I turned the autofocus on. Okay, let's see
Oh,
if I
hi,
can.
Joan. Sorry you didn't get a notification. I think we need to just. I've gotten to where I go look for people because
Yeah.
if I know, an approximate time, I just go look for them because I get no notification quite often, or I get it when they're about finished. See, it's been 2 hours since we started, and she still didn't get a notification. So anyway, those are very cute little
I
flowers.
can't make it focus any better, Cheryl. I'm sorry.
Okay, I am going to put a few of these butterflies in on some of my pages.
On some of your pages? Okay.
So and once I've done that, I'm going to call it done. So
Well, I don't know. I really want to put my charms on it, but I'm not sure I want them dangling out there now either. You know?
I know it's a struggle.
I'm going to have to think about that. Yes, and I didn't think about that, Becky. I did not share to the groups today. I was bad. Okay, let me turn that back sideways again. I could maybe attach these to some of the pages, maybe,
Yeah.
the way I did that other one, but
Or you could use them as collage elements on something else.
oh yeah. I know I could use them on something else. It's kind of like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? But I really love the little flowers on here now. Your button idea just, And then I was in that drawer.
And there they were.
And there they were. I don't have my title on here, though.
I think I'm going to put these 3 little butterflies right up here on the front. I think
On
that'll
the
be
front.
cute.
That'll be cute. Yep.
Well, I didn't really want it going that way. So
Is it flying upside down?
Well, it was trying to go out of the page.
Okay.
I don't want it going out of the page. The wind is blowing my little sign on the door that tells the kids I'm streaming. So that at least they're not shocked if they open the door and I'm doing something.
Well, I put a Post-it note on the glass of the door, and hopefully Jeff sees it. I keep the same Post-it note. Now, he knows when I'm streaming, but like if I'm doing a video, I try to take it down when I'm done making a video so that he doesn't try to come in silently and just it makes it nicer for him.
Right. Well, it's always better to have warning that something's going on in there. And
yeah, so he doesn't say words he's not supposed to say.
Exactly. And then you have to.
Yes, right now, Joan, just put liquid glass on paint. Ooh, creepy. Painty Pete's getting liquid glass on his eyeballs. Ugh.
Yeah. Joan, next week it's going to be on my channel.
Right.
Noon Central Time on Tuesday and 1 Central Time on Thursday. And the next week we'll be on Tanya's channel, and it'll be noon Central Time on Tuesday and 1 Central Time on Thursday. And we're just going to go back and forth like that. Oh, doesn't it look cute?
Oh, that's perfect. Oh.
See, it just added something really cool.
It just made it that much better. Yep. Okay. The other thing is when I tie knots, I pull real hard, so it's a good thing this linen is strong. I used to make a lot of very elaborate knotted necklaces.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, there would be 500 knots in one of them, and little things that came out like that with my glass flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
And they would just, I would just tie knots and tie knots and tie knots until my fingers were sticky with wax. And that's one of the reasons why I like the 3 cord better than the 2 cord, because the 2 cord, you can break that.
Right.
You can manage to break it. One more. Yeah, see this top one, there wasn't as many pages right there. So I ended up with a little bit more string. And I need
Yeah, my middle 2 strings were the shortest
the
ones.
yeah.
Thank you for the butterflies, Teresa. They add a
Yes,
really
thank
cool
you, thank
touch.
you. They added so much to the project. I can't, that's what made this project as far as my pages went, was all the butterflies. Yeah, Gina, I did a lot of knotted pieces, but they were pretty elaborate, so they take a while to make. I don't think I
Oh,
have
here's
any
how
of.
my trees turned out, Tanya.
Oh, yeah. See,
I
they
like them a
came.
lot better now.
Yeah, they came out absolutely beautiful. Yep, yep. It's amazing what doodles do. It's amazing. Mhm. The doodles make the thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether or not I want more beads on there. I kind of do. I get the I'll put the title on and then decide. You okay?
Yeah, I'm going to mute for a minute.
Mhm. I'll tell you what. We've had pollen alerts every day. It's just like so nasty. It should be gone by now. But part of the problem is we're not getting any rain. I mean, we had rain the other day that came in, actually leaked through the roof, which was not a
We just
pleasant
have
thing.
dirt. It's just so dusty because there's
Yeah,
no
but
rain.
there's no rain.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it fun? Listen to the sound it just made. And I think the trees came out fabulous. Oh, I don't know. I may have to put some little doodads on there. I'll have to look at it in a minute. If I put black beads hanging down with little brass beads on it.
Well, if I had some really tiny little beads, I think it might be fun to have them go from right here to here to here, like they're sewing the buttons on.
Yeah.
That would be cute.
Do you
But
need some tiny little beads?
I don't think I have any
Of course,
little tiny
my
beads.
sending you things does not really help because they don't show up. But if you don't have any, decide what color you want, and I can send you some tiny little ones.
Well, you said you have a bunch of green. You
Oh,
can send me some
well,
green ones.
yeah, but the green, that green was, I probably have some green. I'm sure I have some green. Um, that particular green was not real tiny. That was
Oh,
a,
okay.
a bigger bead. It was a size 6, which I don't think they would look real good right there. But I probably have a green seed bead. Do you want some green seed beads?
I would love some green seed beads.
Okay.
If you're
Our
willing to tempt the
To
post
tempt
office
the fate
again.
of the stupid post office. Do you want lime green like that? Do you want a middle green?
Do you? I would prefer something darker
Darker.
rather than
Okay.
lighter.
All
Um,
right.
these are not my favorite colors of green, but they
Uh-huh.
look good on this book.
Yeah. Look at how those flowers came out. They came out cute. But see, it looks
Yeah,
kind of
they did.
naked. It's naked right there.
It is naked.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
okay
kind
with
of
it being naked, but it's
now.
okay if you want beads.
Yeah, don't you think that this needs the raggedy black edge
Yes,
around it?
I do.
Uh,
I
okay,
do.
well, so
Well,
I'm going to do the raggedy black edge, but let me go see if I got some dark green seed beads.
oh well,
I
don't.
bet, I bet you I even have them in a baggie already.
Did you ever find the matte contact paper you were talking about?
I found it. I have just not ordered it.
Where did you find it at?
On Amazon.
Okay.
They use it to matte. What do you call the windows? Like for bathroom windows.
Oh, yeah.
So, oh, but that one's even prettier. So,
Well, that sounds like that would be frosted or something.
yes, it's kind of like a frosted. That's what I'm afraid that it might be
Yeah.
frosted instead of just matte.
Yeah, and I
Okay,
don't think we would want
I
that.
will. I got transparent olivey. I got three more greens, so I will put you some in the mail.
You're a sweetie. Thank you.
And that way you can do that to that thing.
Hi,
So
Wendy. It's good to have you here.
I'm going to do this part. You're going to work on your fairy book.
Yeah, I'm gonna just glue some pages together, but I'm gonna move this stuff first. Um,
Okay.
uh, I thought there was something else I was gonna ask you, but I don't remember what it was. So
Oh, about the
it
matte
probably won't be
contact paper. I sort of haven't ordered it because I kind of think it's going to be too matte, if that
Yeah,
makes
well,
sense.
after you said that, that made me think it might be better
Yeah.
just to put matte medium or Mod Podge over the other. So
Mhm.
that worked okay.
I was going to say the matte medium worked well, and if we do a window, we probably aren't going to want to mat it
Right, that's true.
because I would like to do a window.
Well, I was going to use transparencies for my window, but I wasn't
Oh,
thinking about doing it with that. I mean, transfers, I was just going to do it with the die cuts. So we may do several different things with each of those
yeah,
things.
we might do a couple of windows because I was thinking that the if we did a transfer, you could put another sheet of sticky on the back side,
Yeah,
stick it to a tra- uh, transparency sheet, and because if you've got all of the ink off, then it would be the same color on both sides.
that's true. Interesting. That could be fun. Okay, the way I'm doing this is
Let me make you big so you can.
okay.
There you go.
Um, we're gluing pages together and taking some out in between. So I'm gonna fold one single sheet over here, and then I'm just sticking this ruler in here so it'll help me tear these pages out evenly. And I'm taking out four. And I got some glue right here, obviously, because those pages are wanting to stick together. Okay, and then we're using a combination of a glue stick, the Elmer's Extreme glue stick, and the Art Glitter glue to glue our pages together because we think this way it won't be wet like trying to do it with a really wet glue. And so we can do more of them without having to worry about trying to keep them from sticking to everything. But the art glitter glue, we'll just put around the edge. Uh-oh.
What's there?
Oh, it was the lid for my glue.
Uh-oh. Not good.
Yeah, it'll be all right. I'm probably going to use up this rest of that stick anyway because it's. And this art glitter glue does it does go ahead and leave a little bit of a line. It's not a big deal, but it is noticeable. You have to come back in here and really make sure that you've flattened out all the wrinkles in them. I'll show you. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this one's kind of wrinkly. It'll still work, but it's kind of wrinkly, and this one's really smooth. Um, so just come in and work out any wrinkles. And then you've got 2 pages where there used to be 6. But then we're going to go ahead, because these are such thin pages, these are very thin pages. This book is 1.5 inches spine, and it has almost 900 pages. It's like 860 something pages. So it's a very, very thin pages. So we're going to go ahead and glue another one to the back of that so that we have 3 thicknesses for each page.
Let me interrupt you a second. Lori, the point of the ruler means that you could, especially on these really thin pages, you're not tearing it right in the spine. Next time you tear, Lisa, show them so
Yeah, I will.
you can see the little fluffies. There's little tiny bits of the page left in the spine. And okay, Becky, see you later. And that just gives a little bit more integrity to the book.
It does. You can see right here. Okay, that's where the page glued down over the top of those little bits. But it keeps the spine here from being it keeps the integrity of it, so it stays stable. You can see it more even more obviously in this book. I'll show you. See, so my spine stays really sturdy, but I've taken out a bunch of pages because I left part of the page in there. And this book is really deep, and I couldn't get any closer than that. This one allows me to get a little closer, which looks a little nicer.
Terry, I don't think I'll ever run out of books to alter, but that's, that's what happens when you go to the $5 for a bag sale.
Yeah. Yeah, I have more than I can imagine getting altered too.
And
Lori,
I think we're going to end up with too many pages. The thing of it is that we also have some things where we may take out big chunks and do some. We want to do like a tunnel thing, and we may put in a niche, however you say that word. And so if we do those things, then we may end up with some
see right there, that's what's left.
Yeah.
But that's what keeps the stability of the book and keeps it from causing pages to tear out when you don't want them to.
Because I think the way we're doing it right now, the way Lisa figured it out, we're going to end up with like 100 pages, and I think that's going to be too many.
Yeah. Well, we knew we were going to have at least one block where we were going to make it thick. So we know we're not going to do this all the way through the book.
Right.
This makes a nice thickness of page.
Yeah. We're working in the front and the back of the book right now. Just doing a little bit here and there.
And we're doing that because that also protects the spine if you work in the front and in the back and not do them straight from the front to the back.
And because we don't have this book completely planned out, um, and are not exactly sure what we're going to do, we didn't want to tear all the pages out and do all the pages for fear that it would just not be what we wanted to get done. Okay. So, I really do like it without anything on it. It is kind of cool without it. But
Uh-oh. So you have to pay attention. I got kind of careless there and pulled on a page and it tried to tear.
how about if I make a, I'm going to make I don't know. Maybe I won't do anything with them.
We will be glad to re-show you on Tuesday. I'm sure we will have plenty of pages left that need to be altered.
Oh yes. Oh yes. We'll have plenty. We'll have lots to do because I'm going to try to get 10 in front and 10 in back ready, and that's about the sum total of what's going to get ready.
Yeah, that's the most I'll get ready too. I've got 2, 3, 4 right now in the
I
front.
think I have 5 and 4 is what's going on right
So
now for me. So.
I'm gonna go to the back and do some. And I'm gonna leave a few empty pages in the back like we did in the front.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't count
We
them. I
left,
just
we
moved
left
a few.
we left a stash of empty pages because we didn't know exactly what we were going to do in the very back and in the very front. So by leaving a few pages without tearing them out, without putting them together, then we end up with just a little bit of, I don't know. Does it look naked, guys? What do you think?
You don't get that sound if you don't put them on there.
Yeah.
Oh, see that? That didn't
Doesn't
tear
make
so
it.
great.
Yes, I had some of those too. I just went in and tore 'em. Okay, Barbara. Used bread store? Okay, I don't know what I don't want used bread. So I'm whew,
Oh, Barbara. When I was a kid, Mom would always take us. She would go to the day old bread store, is what she called it. The discount, bread store. But I always called it the used bread store, and she would like, "Don't call it the used bread store. It's not used bread."
I don't want used bread. Yeah, it doesn't give you the sound. I think I may have to do. I don't know what I want to do now. Because it is really pretty without a.
Well, you could leave it a day or two and then add
Yeah,
it if you want to.
I'm gonna have to think about that. I think she means day old bread too, Janice. It's what we call the Fran's Discount Bread Store. Oh, Fran's is the company I buy so much glass from. Glass from. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it and think about these too because I could put this one in right there and it would move and then the butterfly would show.
That would be cute.
Hmm. They don't put glass in their bread. No, I don't think so. We call it that because it makes us laugh. The used bread store makes them laugh. So yeah, that would make me laugh. Mhm. Oh, and that covers up the frog, and then you could move it and see the frog. Oh, I don't know. I don't
One thing I love about these books is that you can feel
know. The type.
the print.
Yep. Bye, Barbara, hun. Anyways, guys, I can't decide what I want to do because I do like it without, but I do like this one with. I'm just going to put it aside. Okay, so my
Yeah,
book's
I
not
think that's what
finished.
you need to do. Put it aside and wait.
I put it aside. Make a decision later. That's not a good thing, though, because then it's a project that's not done.
Well, then you can make a decision now that it's done, and then you can unmake that decision later if you want to.
Okay, it's done.
It's all about semantics.
Okay, nobody said anything about adding beads to it, though. See, so not one of them said add some beads to it. So I guess it's done.
It's done, at least for now.
Hmm. I love how the little bits of color pop into here. That's what was wrong with my original thing. That's okay. Terry's got to go too, and Maria's going. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Um, the my original idea didn't have any color, and that was what was really wrong with me. I like that um it's not really monochromatic with the black in there, is it?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I guess it was close to monochromatic until you started adding in the color.
Right, right. It was close.
But
Anyways, when I put the colors in, that's when it really started to pop. It makes a fun slappy noise.
yeah, so it's our slappy, scrappy, crunchy book.
Scratch, scratch. Oh dear. Oh no. With more is better. Oh well, we'll have to see. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because it looks really precious right now. Oh, just to have a discussion here. Since Lisa's playing, let me get bigger here. Some of some of the things, we have our fairy books, but this is going to be a pretty good project, and we're going to want to supplement the fairies that we have. So one of the things I found in my stash, these are little chipboard pieces. They're little butterflies, and I think there's flowers and stuff in there that's actually not been opened. It's something my sister sent me. Um, let's see if I can open it. It's going to require glasses to do that.
Oh no.
Yeah. On, off, on, off, on, off. Someday I'll get used to these new eyeballs. Um, okay, come on. I can't get it to come out. All right, come out. You know what's going to happen is that it's going to pop out of there, and then there'll be everywhere all over the floor. Okay. Should have gotten the knife out.
My-
There we go. There we go. Oh, oh, I see. Did you read Joan's comment? This is pretty good
Yeah.
comment, guys. Uh-huh.
He
Yep.
smacked the book instead of your husband.
And I can pretend. So these are like butterflies that are kind of floral. So I thought they would be really pretty to go with my
I think they will. That's a great idea.
I just found them today, so but I've got other butterflies too, and we've got some black ones. So the butterflies are gonna. We'll probably want butterflies. So I put those in, but then also because this is a flower fairy. Okay, come on. Okay, first I couldn't get it open. Now I can't get it closed. The flower fairies.
Bye bye, Jean
Okay,
Peter. Thanks for
bye,
coming.
Jane. She cleaned her art closet. Yay! Dump the box and use the lid for a window. Oh, that might be true too, Janice. That might be fun. When I get closer to dumping the box. Anyways, this is wallpaper. Um, just different pieces. I'll be fussy cutting this weekend so that they're ready. But I figured I'm going to need flowers to supplement my decorations in my book. And I just went through a wallpaper book and pulled out some of the different flowers that were in it.
Oh, those are
Um,
gorgeous.
yeah, some of them are really pretty. There might have been two wallpaper books here. Um, but
I'm
that
gonna
way
have to go look through mine, see what I can find.
I have some different flowers ready to kind of go to. I love these. These are gorgeous. And there's some of the some of the fairies that are for winter and the likes of that these will go real well with.
Yeah.
Um, and so, and I'm going to get these kind of ready because I knew that um, we'll need them. The other thing is I wanted to show you. I finished this. This is really old, and it was absolutely divine. I mean, if you like to soak, it was. This was the most wonderful smelling bath stuff you could ever find. It was fabulous. It was a gift, and I have never seen it at the store. I don't know if you can order it online. I haven't even tried. Um, but when I went to, I thought, oh, I have to keep that box because look at that cute little design right there. And I went to cut the box apart and realized this was inside the box with all these other little flowers.
Oh,
So
how fun.
I have those that I'm going to try to get about ready and fussy cut. But
Those would
then
be really cute. In a little bitty collage book too.
yes, they would be cute to make like faux postage stamps out of.
Uh huh. Oh, that's a great idea.
Uh-huh. That's what I was thinking. Does it matter if the book is sewing or glued? Sherry, the one we're using is is both. It's sewn in and then it's glued into. Um, but this book has, let me see if I can find them. It has beautiful floral illustrations.
You're welcome, Maria. Thanks for coming.
And while they're black and white, I thought that with all the other color from the flower fairies that some of these illustrations would probably fit. So what I was looking for is what I was trying to explain is that I know that it's going to need to have some supplementation, that I don't have enough fairies to just do fairies.
Yeah, me
Um,
either.
Good night,
That's
Maria.
those are good things to use to supplement with.
Right. So
Any
that
botanical anything you could get mushrooms would be fun to put in.
yes, right. And I don't know that I have any, but I might somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep looking. But these were the things that in redoing my studio in the last few days that I have found um, to add to our our books. So um, Okay. I keep getting chilly and getting hot and getting chilly and getting hot. I can't seem to get it
Well,
settled, you know?
yeah. When I came out here, I was so cold, and I turned my heater up to 77, and it will not come on. But if I turn it from heat to air conditioning, it will come on. So I'm worried that my heater's gone. That is not
Hmm.
good. That
Um,
is not good.
have you tried turning it up to, 80 to see if it comes on?
No, I haven't. Right now it's warmed up enough outside that I don't even
Hmm.
need it. But
But
um,
that would tell you whether or not the heater's gone.
yeah.
You know,
Well, I thought 77 was enough to tell me that because it was on 70 and it was cold in here. But let me just turn it up some more and see. Well, I turned it up to 85 and it came on.
yeah. See, so it was just not it just wasn't cold enough. Would be my guess.
Yeah,
Bye.
it wasn't as cold as I was.
Yeah. Well, and see, and I just don't know why I've been so cold lately. And the other day it was hot outside, so it's not like it's been all that cold.
Yeah.
So, no. See, and that I have a bad habit doing that my page gets crinkled because I s- wiggle the glue stick wrong.
Yeah. This is not a very exciting part. So we will
No,
probably just do one to show people on Tuesday, but we won't be sitting there doing this on Tuesday.
no. We just thought we'd stay on for a few more minutes since we finished our books. Yay, we finished our April book and
Yay!
it's still April.
I know, I'm proud of us. Of course, it'll be May tomorrow, but hey, we
That's
still
we,
finished.
we finished our April book in April. And that's what, really matters.
That's right. Well, I'm glad we just made the decision way ahead of time that we were going to spend, a lot of time on this book. Otherwise, we would be having to either do impromptus or do a lot of homework stuff.
Yeah, because this is going to be a busy book. Yeah, it's going to have a lot of work to do in it. So, oops. I glued a few pages together accidentally earlier. I got glue in the wrong place.
Uh, I glued some edges together. Luckily, it was in a place where I was going to tear them out, so it didn't matter.
Well, mine came apart, so it was all right.
Well,
But
this is my glue is not happy.
uh-oh. And Cheryl, we're gluing 3 pages together because these papers and see, Lisa, I'm just wondering if this paper is just a touch different than what's in your book.
It
Although,
might be because there's about 8 years difference between when yours was made and when mine was made, so they could have changed paper sources.
yeah, and while the paper may be the same, it may be just that touch different. But I can feel this glue. So that is why I decided I better wax paper it.
Yeah.
So, which was all right. It wasn't a big deal. I just Cheryl, the biggest thing is that we're tearing out 4 pages and we're gluing 3 together. So
So
for
what
every
was 7 becomes 1.
right. And that just makes you have sturdier pages, and it gives you room in your book for decoration. And we're using the ruler as a guide for tearing because that leaves this little tiny bit in here, right there. Um, that just helps the integrity of the spine. That's all. I told Lisa though this morning that I'm not sure we're taking out enough pages, but we have the whole rest of the book to take out. We're only going to do about 10 pages in front and 10 in the back because we don't know what we're doing exactly. And that's, when you alter a book, you don't always know exactly what you're going to do from beginning to end.
But even if we did this all the way through the book, we would end up with like 120 pages, and then we would have two sides to each of those. So it'd be 240 or so pages to work on. And these are big pages, so
Yeah.
that would be a
So,
lot of space to cover.
but we know for sure that we are going to do a couple of deeper things that we have kind of planned. So, it's one of those things where we're gonna play with it a little bit.
And some of these may get turned into pockets.
I was gonna say I want to do some pockets. That's what I was thinking. Maybe we would maybe start with.
Let me give you some examples
Yeah.
in this book. Okay, I glued all these
Let
pages
me let me make
together.
you big. Let me make you big.
Okay,
There we go.
I glued these pages together, and in this book, I took out 5 and glued 2 together. And then I cut one half off, and I made a pocket like that, right there.
Mhm.
And let's see, and here, I cut one right here and glued it and made a pocket. And here's another one, like that. You could also, and here's one where I just took a page that I had cut out and I folded it over and made 2 pockets. So, one thing you can also do if you don't do them all in advance is that when you get through, you get in there and you want a pocket. Oh, well, I'll just use this one to make my pocket for that page. And then you don't have a really thick one that you're using to make your pocket. So you have, more options that way too.
Um, tear 4, glue 3. But Cheryl, see, that's the thing is that I wouldn't normally glue 3 um, in a regular book. That's
Yeah.
what I want to tell you is that this paper is thin. It's not as thin as dictionary paper, but it is thin. I would think that in most books, see, there's like Lisa said, there's 806. Oh, I'm little. You can't see me. Hi, Kirsten. Um, uh, there's 800 pages in this book. This is only an inch and a quarter, inch and a half, and there's 800 pages. So, needless to say, that paper is thin. And so I don't think in a regular book with regular thick paper that you would really need to glue 3. I would think that gluing 2 together would be fine, and that would be all you needed.
I agree.
Crafton with, is it Kristen or Kirsten? Lisa,
Looks
how
like
would you?
Kristen.
Kristen?
Kri. Kristen,
Okay.
yeah.
Hello, Kristen. Nice to have you here.
I have
Um,
my glasses on.
oh, you have your what?
I have my glasses on.
Aha, okay. Yeah, Cheryl, see, there's a lot of pages in this book. I don't think you're going to need to glue as the third page. I think tear out 4, glue 2 together, and that ought to be plenty. See, we this is just this is 3 pages glued together, and it's still pretty not
Yeah.
really stiff.
Once it dries, it feels a lot stronger.
Yes.
But it's still, it's still, it feels good. It feels about right.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
say it other than that.
It feels about
And
right. Very lightweight cardstock, wouldn't you say?
yeah, I would say cardstock type weight.
Yeah, but lightweight cardstock, not heavy cardstock.
Yeah, it feels thick like cardstock, but it's not. It's more bendable.
Yes. Hmm. Oh, I know this word, pliable.
Pliable. That's it. That's the word.
And and Kristen, what we're doing right now is we're getting ready for our book for next week. Um, Next week we're starting a book. We're going to do an altered book, and we're going to do a theme of fairies. Both Lisa and I got um oh, I can't remember her name, and my book is on the other side of the room.
Cicely Mary Barker, I think.
Yeah, just a minute and I'll go get it. We got her book, and we both wanted to do a fairy themed book. So we're doing an altered book with a fairy theme. Now, we have told everybody that if you don't want to do a fairy theme and you want to alter a book along with us, pick a different theme and play. My book's over here. I know it is. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh,
Well,
I actually put it away.
okay. I was gonna say mine's in a box sitting right behind me, so I could grab it if I needed to.
Yeah, I just put it away. Um, this is the book that started the whole mess. Um, and we've been collecting fairy stuff for 2-3 months. Um, and Lisa's and my book, they're the same author, but they were printed at different times, so they have slightly different look. Um, I don't think Lisa's has quite as much of this framing around her.
No, it doesn't. I'll get out mine in a minute, and let me glue this page together, and then we can kind of look at them side by side. I don't think we've actually done that.
Okay. Yep, trial and learn together, and that's kind of what we're going to do. And also, we have been gifted with some fabulous little treasures by different ones of the group. This is a postcard that Mindy sent me, and she sent us actually a couple of more that's in my box over on the other side of the room now. We've had people send us fairy die cuts and fairy stamped images to use in this. So
If you want to put us both on, we can show them the difference between
yes,
our books.
yep. Didn't realize you were back. See how bad I am.
That's all right.
My scissors are in my way here. Okay. Here we go.
See, we've got, there's completely different. The covers are different.
Yeah, they're the big thing is that when you get into it, that page is the same. I've got that exact same page. Like mine has a border around it and Lisa's does not. It's the same image, but
Yeah, my image is smaller and has a poem down here. Do you have that poem? You've got this one.
probably. it's over
Yeah, you
here.
got two poems on one page,
Right.
and mine is split up.
Mm-hmm. And this image of mine is, I think, bigger, or maybe yours is. No, it's just they put two poems. See, so
Yeah.
and then okay, see, I don't have any background on these. You have background. These are that one. Wait a minute. This
Yeah,
one has a
that's this one.
background. Yeah, that's this one. And then this one has a frame and the background, but my flowers go off the top. And that one, it doesn't have a background. So
Yeah.
see,
So even if we
um,
wanted to, our books would not be exactly the same,
right.
which we're okay with. But
Well, and the other thing we had a discussion about this. Okay, so like on this one, on this page, I can get both of these fairies, and all I'm going to lose is this little bit of flower.
yeah.
But sometimes I got
See,
two
I would lose
fairies.
this if I
Yeah,
used both of those.
right. So you don't know how many of them you're going to lose. And we were having a discussion about, okay, so this would be a good one for me to try that with, Lisa, because see, this one and this one pretty much line up.
Yeah.
I can't they're pretty much on the exact same spot. We're talking about if we do an image transfer, we might be able to get both images by having an image transfer. And that may be the one I pick to try it with. And it will be fun to use some of these poems too.
Yeah.
But like if I use this one, I'm going to lose that one. So we have to kind of pick and choose, and that's going to make me sad because I'm going to want every single one of them.
See, I went ahead of you, so let me.
Oh, that's all right. See, and look at there. This turn that. Oh no. Okay, it was a different image. The one right
Yeah,
before.
there's an. I thought the same thing,
Yeah,
but it is different.
I don't see that one. At least it's not right here.
Yeah.
But it's just a little bit different. So
See, and then mine moves on to
to the
summer.
summer. Yeah.
Ooh, I love that. I don't think I have that one. Let me see. Maybe it's just in a different spot.
This is the rose fairy.
Oh, there she
There
is.
she is. And see, this one's all got a background and yours doesn't. So it's
Yeah.
just we will just have to see how it goes. And I love this one.
Yeah, I do too. That's one of my favorite ones.
I'm not sure, but she may be my front cover.
She would make a beautiful cover because she is gorgeous.
Hmm. She may be my front cover.
And that's
And
one nice thing about this book is that you can do anything to it, or you can do almost nothing, and it'll
right,
still look good. Like you could just decoupage that picture right on the front, and that be it.
and that be
It would be
done.
gorgeous, and because it would go right along with this,
Well, and
the colors and
I
so
have some black leather stuff that I might put on the spine, wrap the spine with,
yeah,
and just put this on the cover. Just although I've got my cover dirty now, I guess. Just
Well, that's one
put,
reason I think we ought to wait till the end to do the cover.
yeah. I definitely want to wait till the end to do the
I
cover.
don't normally do that, but in this case, I'm going to.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
I'm not even,
we're probably going to use some of the poetry too, because we should be able to slide them out of there.
yeah, and there's a bunch of them. So,
Yeah. But every time I'm going to have to lose one, it's going to make me sad. So I think one of the first things I want to try to do is to try a double-sided image transfer.
yeah. Well, I think I'm going to get me some contact paper because of the size of these.
Yeah.
Um, I
But
have never used contact paper. I've only used packing tape, but I think the size of these, not having that line down them would be better if I can do that. So,
yeah,
and
I
there's,
think
I mean,
you'll,
it's a big book. There's a lot of them in here. There's even stories.
yeah. I don't know that I've got stories. I'd have to look. I don't
It's
remember
in the
seeing.
back. Um, I was gonna say,
The fairy necklaces, I don't have that part. I don't think. I've
okay.
got the. Okay, I have. Do you have the alphabet fairies?
Um, I don't know. So there may be some differences.
Yeah. See, this one has the
Yeah,
alphabet
here are the
fairies.
alphabet fairies. They're
Okay. So,
in front of the other.
okay. I don't have the stories. Let me see if I can go in front of the alphabet. See if the stories are. That's the fairy alphabet. Flower fairies of the wayside. I don't think I
Yeah,
have
that's
the
what's in
necklace.
front.
I don't have the necklace fairies. I don't think, from the
How
looks
many
of it.
pages are in your book?
Counting the index, 188.
Well, mine has 192, and I don't have an index. I just have contents in the front, but no index. So they added this in. I bet mine's a newer book. Let's see. 1990.
Okay. Um, 2002.
Oh, yours is newer. Well,
Mhm.
you got cheated.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do you have flower fairies of the trees?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Go back. The Yeah, flower fairies of the trees.
Okay. And in your contents listing, it'll tell you too. I've got
Oh,
spring,
that's true.
summer. I've got spring, summer, autumn, winter, garden, trees, wayside, and alphabet.
Yeah, and I've got all of those, and then old rhymes for all times and fairy necklaces.
I'm so sad. Show me the fairy necklaces.
That's the story.
That's the story. Okay.
Um,
But it's got some cute little fairy pictures in it. Well, that's a little girl.
yeah, and these are really not fairy pictures.
Yeah, they're more little girls.
Yeah, and I haven't read the story, so it's about her. So she may find a fairy. That may be what it's about. I don't know, but yeah, there's
Well,
fairies there.
I have somewhere. I have the squished fairy book. I haven't found that one yet. It disappeared, and I don't know where it went to.
Yeah,
Um, it may be actually in the living room.
in
But I
this
just
whole
didn't.
thing, there's only one picture with a fairy in it.
Uh huh. Okay.
The rest of
Well,
them are just the story of the little girl.
I don't feel so bad then.
No, I wouldn't either.
Um, my thing is though with the squished fairies, I just don't think that's what this book wants to be.
Yeah, I don't think they really go, but I wasn't going to say anything till you did.
Yeah, yeah. So
They
I
might.
just,
They need to be a little book all their own.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I even want to tear that one up because it's just too hysterical all by itself. I will find it before we finish this because that way you guys can all see it. I showed it in a video one day, but it's hysterical. It is just it's so funny. So, well, are you about ready to get off?
I think I am. I think I am.
Okay.
I need to try to get a few more of these done this weekend, but that's something I can do in my recliner. So,
Well, and I found that if I do a couple and then leave the book flat, they seem to dry a little better.
yeah.
Because it flattens it out and everything. So, um, okay, guys, we will be on Lisa's channel next Tuesday at noon Central to start on our fairy book. Um, then we will be on her channel at 1 Central on Thursday to work on the fairy book. And don't forget, I will be on Sunday at noon doing our 3 regular projects, and Lisa will be on Monday night at 7. And what are you going to do Monday night, Lisa? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking I might try to do a couple of pages in my Bentley Girls journal.
Oh, okay. You haven't worked in that in a while.
I haven't. I haven't.
Okay. This has to have something in the front that sticks out. So I may have to do, you know, one of these or something that,
Oh yeah, my pages stick out. Well, yours do
yeah,
too.
mine do too, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at it for a while because
She
it
needs
kind of,
more.
yeah, it doesn't feel done. You know how that is?
I do. I do.
Yours feels done. Mine doesn't feel done.
Yeah. Well, you want it to
Pick
feel done, so.
pick a theme next Tuesday, Fairy Day.
For us, it's fairy day. For y'all, it could be whatever day you want it to be.
Yep, that's
Just
right.
come play. Come
Just come
play.
play. Yep, come visit with us. Okay, guys, we're gonna go. We'll see you all. I'll see you all Sunday. Bye bye.
Alrighty. Bye bye.